Today I want us to talk matters land. Land, labor, entrepreneurship, and the capital. Those are factors of production. Out of the four, land is peculiar. Land has unique characteristics. Since the times of our great fathers, land was used as a measure of wealth. But today, kind of people look different. There are four good reasons. I'll make them five. Why you should buy and own some land as part of your wealth, as part of your portfolio. There is a reason I say buy and own. I'm distancing myself from ancestral land that belong to the extended family, land that you gain from your parent in the subdivision, but you don't own it because the title document, it's not in your own name. That is for the sake of our ladies. That is for the sake of our women. What happens if a married woman invests her own money in an ancestral land? Then things go south. If that relationship turns sour, is it possible to reclaim our investment in that property, whether it's a home or whichever? Is it possible to claim from an ancestral land? That is just a by the way. Let's look at the 5 reasons why you need to make land a part of your portfolio or part of your wealth after 3 seconds break. Don't go away. In the meantime, give a thumbs up to this video, share it, and let's engage in the comment section. Thank you for staying and welcome back. Reason number 1, land is an investment. Why do we say so? An investment is an opportunity or vehicle that you put your money into expecting positive returns. The question of positive returns is about managing. If things don't look positive, you liquidate and transfer that investment into another one. But land appreciates. Land increases in value unless you are purchasing your land through brokers and other middlemen who overvalue it. You end up giving out more money than the actual value of the land in question. But if you invest well in land that has a proper value and you are purchasing for value, then land appreciates on average at rates that are higher than the existing inflation rates. So for that reason, that makes land a good saving plan, because savings are opportunities through which we keep our money with a view of protecting it, either through loss or loss of value through inflation. But when the opportunities give us returns that are higher than the existing inflation rates, that amount of growth, that is what makes the saving plan or that opportunity a good investment, or both a saving and investment. Considerably, on average, land appreciates at rates that are higher than inflation rates, and for that reason, land becomes a good investment. Reason number 2, land is an asset. Wealth creation is about collecting or pulling assets together, whether financial assets or physical assets. The collection of assets together, that is what makes your wealth. And land becomes an asset because it has the potential to generate regular incomes. I'm sure you have come across the term dead assets in personal finance. That term dead asset, we use it to describe an asset. The first important part is to recognize that this is an asset which is now being described as dead only because at that moment it's not generating money. It's not generating actual physical cash flows either to your bank account or to yourself in your wallet. That does not make such assets bad assets. Actually, by that ability to generate money if put into use, that is what is important when it comes to assets or wealth. It's a matter of putting action into land, then you are able to get your regular cash flows from it, and that's why land is an asset. Reason number 3, land is limited. As a matter of fact, they don't produce any more land. Land cannot be reproduced. Land is finite. As populations grow, land keeps on decreasing. In a family that had 100 acres, if that father had 5 sons, already each son has an entitlement of 20 acres. If each son with his 20 acres bears another 5 sons or children, because today also our sisters are entitled to a right, they are entitled to their parents' inheritance. So in that case, land continues decreasing as the population or the number of people increase. It's important by that virtue, you buy some land. Buy some land and own it. The land in question, or what we are talking about buying this land and owning it, you must make sure that the land that you are buying has a title deed, and that title deed is being transferred into your own name or a name of a proxy. You could be buying land or assets, and your assets are being held in a trust, a living trust. In such a case, when you buy land and you own it yourself, the title document belongs to your name, and that is the land that I'm talking about, because many people are duped into buying land, then the ownership documents take too long or never get to be transferred into their own name. You are buying land that you are sure of the title document, or now it's going to get transferred into your own name, because that is what determines the importance or plausibility of the next reason, number 4, that land holds your capital. The amount of money that you keep in land, or you are used to purchase land, and the appreciation or the increase in value of that particular land over time, that is your capital accumulation. In most of the financial assets that we are acquiring, whether you are buying a bond, to begin with, a financial asset is any asset that or opportunity that you're putting your money into, and it's denoted in currencies. Like a good example is a bond. When you buy a bond, it's an asset. It's an opportunity, a vehicle that you put your money into that is generating cash flows in the biannual coupons. But one characteristic of financial assets is that they are not physical in nature. For the case of land, most of these assets, in the case of land, in the long term, we are looking at building an amount or a target amount, after which the cash flows that will be coming from that wealth is what we shall be using passively to fund our lifestyle or aspirations. If you buy land and you hold it for a considerable period of time, that land will appreciate in value over time, and on maturity of the period, or on completion of the period that you would wish to own that parcel of land, then you can convert it back into a finance cash and invest in a financial asset from which you are going to be enjoying the passive cash flows from it. Land can also, as a holder of capital, you can also integrate other forms of or activities that do not require much of your efforts to increase or grow the value faster and grow your target capital amount, like growing trees, planting trees over that land with a target of harvesting the trees over a period of time. You can practice apiculture, which requires little of your effort, and therefore we will consider it a bit passive. You can also hire out land or lease out land to be used by other persons for generation of regular cash inflows in terms of lease or rent. The other reason to hold land is that land is a good store of value. We need not stress that one much, because At the tentative levels of education, one characteristic of land that we learn is that land is a good store of value, and that is brought about by compensation of inflation through appreciation in value of the land in question. So for this case, considering that we all have different financial goals, land is one of the many opportunities available through which you can save and grow your money over time. Those are 5 basic reasons, good reasons, why you need to make land a part of your wealth, a part of your portfolio. Lastly but not least is to mention that we all have different goals. We have different plans and ambitions. And for that reason, we'll all invest in different vehicles with different returns at different rates, which are in tandem with our goals. Thank you for watching, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe.